Hello, Beez Bladers! Welcome back, and welcome newcomers to the channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I have two new offerings from Bestech. One is a more primo, and it is probably the nicest I've ever seen of this kind of knife. And then we have another one that's more budget oriented. I'm already looking for words. We're gonna set this one over here, and we're gonna get into this one. Tell me about it down in the comments, how your day's been. Say one thing positive, and literally don't type out one thing positive. Yeah, I know it's funny, but think of one positive thing and you have in your life, like I have electricity or I have knives. It's always great to hear something positive. Now, I'm gonna spoil this knife. I've already unboxed. I did the unboxing and the audio is messed up. So I've already got it out of the box. I've already learned more about it. So you're getting now more of an overview, more of a reviewish type deal on this knife. By the way, it does come with a very nice pouch. Has two places to put a knife, and a little microfiber cloth, which is very nice, very, very nice. Okay, let's get into it. Are you ready? This is the Bestech ink. Would you look at it? Just look at it and all of its inkness. Now, that, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to spoil the alert. Even though there wasn't an alert, this is probably, if not the nicest CEO style knife that I've handled. As far as fit, finish, ergonomics, everything about it, the materials, the blade, everything. There are 5 different variants of this bad boy, which is also very cool. It's a T8 up here. Very clean design. It may very well, that's the word of the video. It may very well be reversible. You'll have to check the link. I'll have a link in the description and in the comment section, but it does appear that this is going to be a reversible clip, which is very exciting. You ready to see this blade? Pow! Right in the kisser. Oh my goodness. Look at that. And by CEO, I mean CEO. This is a CEO style. You could have this in your pocket. People would not even know that it's a knife. And guess what? This is Magna Cut blade steel, baby. Oh yeah. This isn't you know, you're like El Cheapo. This isn't D2 steel. This isn't 5CR. This is Magna Cut, which is very, very, very exciting. Your designer is Demis Simonuti, and you know what? Dennis did a very good job. I like his little logo right there. Now here's a couple things about it. First of all, for the fit, it's rock solid. For a thinner knife like this, you would say, oh, you know, it's not going to be a very strong knife. It's weaker, but it is super, and I mean super duper solid. It is a liner lock. It has really good lockup. It is very smooth. The blade is dead centered. Now check this out. Let me give you a couple quick numbers, because just by looking at it, you're not going to know the size of this bad boy, right? Now you might have some other like CRKT or other CEO style knives. This is way more solid than the other ones that I've handled. So here is the Wee Banter, and then how about we put up the Vostede Raccoon for lengthwise. See, it's not a super big knife, but you know, it's not small either. And this is the kind that in the summer, or if it's an office carry, it has all the blades you need to pretty much do anything you want for an office carry, and it's not going to be, it's an unassuming knife. If you have it laying on your table or your desk, by the way, this is the Elementum and this is the Drop Bear. If you have it laying on your desk, people aren't even going to know what it is. It's not going to draw attention, but yet you still have all that blade. Here's the QSP Penguin, because everybody needs a penguin, right? It's just a little bit shorter than the QSP Penguin. From tip to tip, this bad boy is 7.07 inches, 179.5 millimeters. Closed, it's 4.02 inches. It's 4 inches closed, 102 millimeters. Your blade length is 3.13 inches, so it's a 3-incher. You still have 3 inches of blade, 79.5 millimeters. Your blade stock thickness is 118 thousandths of an inch, and it's not a heavy knife either. This one I'm really excited about. Anytime that something, you know, something a little bit different, a different style carry. Let's see, it's coming in at 2.12 ounces. So it's only a 2-ounce knife. You get a 3-ounce blade. Those are things that are very nice. You can get this in the bronze titanium, the silver titanium, the black titanium like this one here. You can also get the fancy anodized, the Mr. Fancy Pants, and they have a purple one. The purple one looks very cool. You have one way of deploying, and I'm just going to show you again right here just to see how clean this is. It doesn't even look like a knife, and that's something that I appreciate about it. It has very nice micro jipping. That jipping grabs your skin, It's perfect, El Perfecto, and you doesn't take a rocket scientist. You don't have to be super skilled or advanced level. You just hold the knife with these 2 or these 3 fingers, put your finger up here and just pull back and it snaps out. And it's very nice. The finish, the fit, the ergonomics, everything about it. You know the size of my hand, right? 4 inches from here to here, 3.5 from here to here. And from the bottom of my palm to the tip of my middle finger is 7.25. And you know, just like you're going to hold it, you're going to hold it like this. I can feel the pocket clip, but it's not a problem. It's not a problem. Trust me, I don't have a sinus infection. It's not a problem, but for real, it's comfortable in the hand for the uses that you're going to use it for. People aren't going to be breaking down cardboard and doing a bunch of hard stuff with this. Although it does have Magna Cut steel, it is a liner lock. So if you want to do like this, hold it in the hammer grip and actually cut down through some boxes, there's nothing stopping you from it. It doesn't have the weaker feel, you know, like the CRKT kind of feels wobbly and a little bit weaker and you want to be careful with it. This does not have that feel like, oh, I have to be careful. It's a slender knife. This one, I mean, it feels rock solid. There's nothing keeping you from doing what you want with this knife, just considering what the blade is. If you're just going to open up envelopes or, you know, stab open, you could even stab open some bags of mulch, work it out in the garden. All of that is going to work just fine. I really like this. This is my new favorite CEO style knife without a doubt. Now, let me show you this budget knife. The budget knife came in this box right here. There's nothing in it but the plastic that was around the knife. So that's part of the thing, you know, with the whole more budget oriented things like that. You're not getting this fancy boxes and packaging, but you know, what are you going to do with the package anyway, right? Are you ready? This is the Bestech Snakebird. Would you look at it? Just look at it, and all of its Snakebirdness. And there are 5 different variants of this bad boy. This is G10, and it's a little bit of green, kind of jungle wearish, you know, almost like that fat carbon look, but it is not. It is G10. This one just has a little bit of that green, and it does have a reversible deep carry clip sitting on top of the scales. The screws aren't getting in the way of anything. You can see that one's flat and that one's not, which was something I noticed. I was like, that's a little bit different, but it is solid. It is easy in and out of the pocket, and you do have a hidden lanyard pin back here. So all you lanyard lovers, you can put a lanyard on it. This is a plunge lock. I'll be excited when Bestech starts to move from plunge locks over to button actuated liner locks. I think it's time for all of the knife companies at this point to start moving from the plunge lock over to the button actuated liner locks or the button compression locks. It's just a stronger knife. Are you ready to see this blade? Pow! Right in the kisser. Oh yeah, look at that. This is nice. This is one, it's going to be more work knife oriented. This is one that you're going to keep in the truck or you're going to have on you when you're going to be doing some more serious work, right? You just have to keep in mind that plunge locks are not the strongest out there. So if you're breaking down cardboard or something like that, you might want to test to see how strong the button lock is on any given knife that you're using for that purpose. Now here's a couple quick size comparisons. Here is the CJRB Pyrite Light. Similar kind of blade styles, but I'm just giving you pretty much about the length and the width and the height, things like that. Here's the Civivi Elementum 2 button lock. And then, of course, you know, we got to put another couple popular ones up here. Here is the QSP Penguin, because everybody needs a penguin, right? This is the Glide Lock version from Blade HQ. I have all of these knives will be linked down there below if you want to go check them out. And then here is a regular version of the QSP Penguin. So there's a penguin sandwich. That should give you an idea, if you have a penguin, that this has a longer blade. It's just about the same height. The penguin is longer out further, but that's about the same height as the penguin blade. And then here's one more very popular knife, in case you have one of these. This is the Vostede Raccoon. So it's longer than the Raccoon. All right, now let me show you a couple other things about this bad boy. If you're a numbers nerd, you'll appreciate this as much as me. From tip to tip, it's 8.39 inches long, 213 millimeters. Closed, it's 4.84 inches, 123 millimeters. Your blade length's 3.54 inches, 90 millimeters. So it's a 3.5-inch blade, which is not too shabby. I'll give you a quick weight because, you know, sometimes knife companies don't get the most accurate. My dog is barking at the neighbor kids outside having fun. It's coming in at 4.31 ounces. So it's a 4-ouncer. It feels substantial in the hand. Something that's kind of neat about it is it almost has, you know, it has the really nice appeal of the liners being a different color, and they stand out, and there is some milling on the inside just for a little bit of weight reduction. I'm glad they did that. I wouldn't have wanted the knife any heavier, but this substantial feel of it, when you have this in your hand, you're like, oh yeah, oh yeah, I want to cut something. Now your jimping, the jimping is not very grippy. It's not the grippy jippy. My hand, my thumb kind of slides across the top. It doesn't give me a whole lot of traction, maybe close to medium traction, just slows my thumb down just a little bit. So if you don't like aggressive, then you might actually like it. This is 14C 28N blade steel, baby. So if you like you some 14, and by the way, look at this. Look at the finish. Look at the satin lines. And then you have a stonewash flat up here. Now the action on it is smooth. It doesn't have the strongest detent, so when I drop that blade, if I drop it too fast, I can get a bounce out. But once I learn the canter of the knife, then I can get it to go down and stay in its home. See how I'm getting the bounce? That's due to timing. I have to slow down because it doesn't have a real strong detent going on. You have a couple ways to open it. You can easily reverse flick this. And I do like the thumb studs on it. The thumb studs are aggressive. So if you like aggressive thumb studs where you don't want to miss it and you want to just, if you just barely get your thumb on there, anywhere your thumb hits, it's going to come flying out with authority. Now, as far as sharpening, your plunge grind ends right there, so you only have a few sharpenings till it hits the plunge grind. I don't know that that's going to be an issue with this knife here. And the scales are contoured. They are smooth. There is no texture to be felt other than just along the sides here where you see this color. You can just barely feel a little bit of texture. But overall, I like the blade shape. I like the feel. It has a really good hand feel. This is going to be like when you have this in your hand, you're like, ooh, that is solid. You can actually do some piercing with it. You can get into some mulch bags with this bad boy. I think it's pretty nice. It's relatively well priced. It's not too expensive for a 14C G10 and plunge lock knife. I think it's pretty good. And if you like the style and aesthetics of it, I can tell you that the ergonomics work very well. And when you have it, you want to cut something. So let me know what you think about this bad boy, and then I am over the moon excited about this CEO style knife. There are many times when I want to bring a knife like this with me, and there are some other ones I have that they feel kind of cheapish. Definitely feel cheapish compared to the ink. This bad boy right here, you will not be disappointed if you grab one of those. Let me know what you think about them. And then there's a couple videos going to pop up on your screen. You can go check those out. That's going to be one that YouTube recommends and my latest release. So until I see you again in the lives or the chats or the hive streams, remember, live life in the present, keep a Band-Aid handy, and don't cut yourself.